Hi, this is E.T., and this is Sean M. Steins. On 19 September of 2024, this Letcher County, Kentucky sheriff is alleged to have shot multiple rounds into a district judge, Kevin Mullins. While both were inside Mullins' chamber, inside the county courthouse, they were arguing over something. Well, it resulted in Mullins' death at the scene. That's according to Kentucky State Police. Steins was arrested. He's now being held in the Leslie County Detention Center. And this here is Sheriff John W. Gulley. He was a leading Mississippi Democratic politician during the period after the Civil War. We're looking now at the 1870s. And this is William Wallace Chisholm, who in 1877 was a former Kemper County, Mississippi sheriff and a current judge in 1877. He is a member of the New Republican Party, and that is a political faction very unpopular throughout the South, in particular in places like Mississippi. And he, Chisholm, is accused of shooting Gulley on April 26 of 1877 near, we don't know how near, Chisholm's home, and he, Chisholm, would be arrested and jailed. Now, we have two seemingly analogous incidents, one in November of 2024, the other April of 1876, but they don't, in fact, rhyme much, despite on the surface similarities. For instance, a sheriff accused of murdering a judge, and then a judge in 1877 accused of murdering a sheriff. Well, the current case, holding that Sheriff Steins murdered Judge Mullins, appears to have personal motives, perhaps involving a deputy sheriff committing offenses against a female employee, maybe in the judge's chambers. We don't know. Maybe more than that. The judge was very involved in rehabilitation programs for drug offenders in the area, and that could be a motive. Maybe that's E.T. speculating. Keep in mind that no trial has occurred, so all charges are officially alleged. The 1877 incident, discussed today in the history books as the Chisholm Massacre, took place within a very different context, and it appears to be 100% politically motivated. The formal ending of Reconstruction was months before the incident took place. Now, Reconstruction is the period after the Civil War when blue-suited soldiers and northern-bred carpetbaggers, as they were called, actually ran southern state and local governments. And groups such as the KKK and the Knights of the White Camellia, after the troops were pulled out, looked for revenge against those scalawags and carpetbaggers, and this leads into the case we're talking about. The current case against Sheriff Steins is being conducted within a seemingly politically unified Letcher County, Kentucky. In that county, in 2020, voters gave Donald Trump 62% of their votes. Now that's versus Joe Biden's 36%. And although political motivation of a limited sort may be involved in the more recent case, it would be far more localized than was the case in 1877. Well, let's chat a bit more about 1877. Those scalawags, people who were perceived as oppressors and traitors to the Southern cause, maybe too friendly to the new freedmen, and I'm thinking of Chisholm, they were being hunted throughout certain places in the South in April of 1877. And near number one on the list in Mississippi was the Unionist William Wallace Chisholm, a well-known and vocal, active opponent of the Ku Klux Klan. After John Gulley's murder, Chisholm and his wife, 3 sons, his daughter, were escorted by a friend, Angus McLellan, who was a Scotchman, very good friend of Chisholm, escorted to jail on orders by the acting sheriff. This is apparently for Chisholm's protection. Keep in mind the only evidence against Chisholm was that Gully was shot somewhere near, how near we don't know, Chisholm's home. Once in the jail, McClellan left to go home. He was shot to death on the way. And while that was taking place, a mob, the exact number of which we don't know, stormed the now unguarded building and shot Judge Chisholm's 13-year-old son. He died immediately, and mortally wounded Judge Chisholm, but Chisholm was able to kill the man who murdered his son. The mob, either on purpose or by accident, also killed Chisholm's 18-year-old daughter. The aftermath of the Chisholm massacre was this. The mob leaders were prosecuted, but, as expected, not convicted. Newspapers found Chisholm's murder justified because, as they wrote, he was a party to Gully's murder, although there's no evidence found then or since to support that allegation. Another part of the aftermath, Chisholm lingered on for weeks. He would die in May, I think it was on the 12th of 1877. Then months later, a man, one Walter Riley, a freedman, confessed to killing Gully. And there you have it, two seemingly similar but hardly rhyming occurrences. But these are just E.T.'s thoughts. What are yours? Type them in below. Tap the like icon and do subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you.